Welcome to the Top Business Leaders Show, powered by Rise 25 Media. We feature top founders, executives, and business leaders from all over the world.
Hi, Chad Franzen here, co-host for this show where we feature top restaurateurs, investors, and business leaders. This is part of our SpotOn series. SpotOn has the best-in-class payment platform for retail, and they have a flagship solution called SpotOn Restaurant, where they combine marketing, software, and payments all in one. They've served everyone from larger chains like Dairy Queen and Subway to small mom-and-pop restaurants. To learn more, go to SpotOn.com. This episode is brought to you by Rise 25. We help B2B businesses to get ROI, clients, referrals, and strategic partnerships through Done-For-You podcasts. If you have a B2B business and want to build great relationships with clients, referral partners, and thought leaders in your space, there's no better way to do it than through podcasts and content marketing. To learn more, go to rise25.com or email us at support@rise25.com. My guest today is Carl Comeaux, CEO at Crust Pizza Company, a rapidly growing pizza brand known for its nostalgic dine-in experience and commitment to quality. Carl guided the brand to 30 locations across Texas and Louisiana, with 10 more under construction. He has ambitious plans to take over the Southeast. His innovative strategies and dedication to creating memorable dining experiences have solidified Crust Pizza's position in the competitive restaurant industry. Carl attended McNeese State University from 2005 to 2008. He owns and operates a Crust Pizza Company franchise himself in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Carl, thanks so much for joining me today. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks, Chad, for having me on your podcast today.
Hey, tell me, when you go into a Crust Pizza Company, especially yours in Lake Charles, Louisiana, what's kind of like the vibe there?
Oh man, it's a great vibe. You know, we actually have a tap room that we connected to the Crust pizza side. So our normal square footage is around 2,500 square foot, but we added another 1,500 square feet to do a full bar because we were so busy in the Lake Charles location that we had to expand. We needed 50 more seats in there. So we ended up saying, you know, if we're going to expand, we might as well do a full bar, be a great place to hang out on a Friday night. And so we did, and we have incredible cocktails. We have over 20 beers on tap, and it's a really cool vibe.
So if I'm right, you graduated college in 2008 and you founded Crust Pizza in 2011. What did you do in between that time?
Yeah, so actually, I'm not the founder. I came on as a partner in 2018,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Sorry.
2019. So
Okay.
The founders are Mark Raspberry and Clint Price that started in 2011, and
Okay.
they're elementary buds all the way through college.
Okay. So you are a franchisee of Crust Pizza, but you're also the CEO. How did your affiliation with Crust Pizza come about?
Okay, so real quick, I'm not a franchisee. So I'm the franchisor. So I'm equal partners to the founders, with our fourth partner being Nick Fontenot, which is my partner that I've been with for over 10 years with other concepts.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how did it come about then?
How it came about, my affiliation with Crust?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how it came about was I moved in 2016 to the Woodlands, which is where Crust was founded. And we were moving into our new house, and the kids and the wife wanted pizza. So I looked up on Google pizza places, and Crust popped up as the first, and with a great review average. And so I went pick up a few pizzas and fell in love with it, man. It was probably the best pizza I've ever had. And then we ended up dining in, and it was an even better experience, from the ambiance to the customer service to the fresh quality of food. And then I met Mark and Clint, and then we became friends. At the time, I was scaling another concept in the restaurant space, and so I knew how to franchise. They didn't. So that's what I brought to the table. And then fast forward a few years, we ended up doing a deal to work together to scale Crust from a few stores to now 30 and going. I mean, we have at least 10 that are going to open up in 2025. I think that we should be able to achieve 15. And so we're growing at a rapid pace, but we're keeping the growth within Texas and Louisiana. The goal is we will eventually get our way to Florida, the Carolinas. And so we are really focused on the Southeast, so that way we could make sure that the quality and the support to the franchisees are there.
When you say it's the best pizza you've ever had, what sets it apart?
Okay, so a great pizza has three things that has to be spot on. It's the dough, it's the sauce, and it's the cheese. So then I'll break that down for you. So our dough we make fresh every single day, sometimes up to 8 times a day. And so our dough is incredible. We have our own signature recipe for them to make it. And of course, we're named Crust, so we better have a good crust, right? So that's first. It's thin. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy in the middle. It's incredible. And then the second, the sauce. We have our own seasoned blend that we mix with our pizza sauce that has the perfect bite to it. And then we've always had an amazing cheese, but we ended up getting our own proprietary cheese about a year ago. Since we hit over 850,000 pounds of just mozzarella cheese. That doesn't include cheddar or smoked or any of the others, just mozzarella. And so those three things make an amazing pizza. And then on top of that, all our toppings are premium. And then our produce is all fresh. So we prep all our produce in the morning. And so you could taste the freshness when you eat one of our pies. That's what sets us apart. It's truly unique. It's not like any other pizza you've ever had once you try Crust. And everybody that I tell that to, they're like, I don't know about that. And they try and they're like, you're right. It's unique. It's different than anything I've ever had.
Wow, interesting. So, what do you think is the key to kind of your rapid expansion?
The key to the rapid expansion is, first off, we have an amazing product from the ambience of the location to our service model. We're limited service, so we're not fast casual, but we're not dine-in either. So we're in the middle. We're a hybrid. So what that means is it's counter service. Then you pass by the kitchen, it's open, and you'll get to see them flipping the pies, and of course the kids love that. You get your drink, you take a seat with the table tent, and then we bring you your food. And then after you leave, we'll bust your table for you. And so it still has a level of service that's more than fast casual, but that's not full service. And guests love it. And so definitely the model and the products that we carry are amazing. Also, we have an amazing franchise team, our corporate team, on the corporate side, on the operations side to the marketing side, they're phenomenal. And so they're definitely helping us grow. And then of course, our AUV is 1.6 million. So we have a great average unit volume. Our ROI is strong. So those things are important because at the end of the day, as a franchise, if you don't have good unit economics, then what are you doing? You might as well just close shop and just run a couple corporate stores. And so we truly support our franchisees from the moment they sign their franchise agreement, teaching them how to become a business owner, because most of them are owner operators that have never owned a business before, all the way to ongoing support for them to be successful looking at their P&Ls.
What do you guys kind of look for?
That's what makes us successful.
Okay, great. What do you guys kind of look for in a franchisee?
In a franchisee, so we love the corporate America employees that are making 150 to 200,000. That usually has a 401k or has a savings account of around 200,000 plus, and they're sick and tired of working for the man, and they're ready to own their own business. And so that's our number one. The reason they're working 60 hours a week right now, they usually have great skills, and they're green. Most of them are green to the restaurant space, but that's okay because we could teach them for the first time how to run a restaurant, how to be a business owner, and then they don't have any bad habits, right? And they have that work ethic and passion to make it happen. And so we love the owner operators. They do a fantastic job. And at the end of the day, they have to be in their communities. They have to become like the mayor of their community, but for Crust. And when they do that, they'll see even more success. And then, of course, we're looking for the multi-unit franchisees, but we know those come the bigger we get. And so they're looking at our FDD even without contacting us. There's websites where they go on and see, hey, what's Crust doing and what's the unique economics. So they're going to come. Usually they come around 50 plus locations. So probably in about a year and a half, we'll start seeing more multi-unit franchisees knock on our door. But we already have a couple of them, and all of our owner operators, they're opening up more stores. So that means that we're doing something right. At the end of the day, we don't want to have 150 locations and 150 franchisees. We want our franchisees to grow and have multiple stores.
So you have overseen this expansion, but you also own a place in Lake Charles, a Crust Pizza Company place in Lake Charles.
Yeah. So we have 7 corporate stores, right?
Okay.
And so out of the 37 are corporate and the rest are franchise. But now moving forward, it's all franchise locations.
So when somebody who's been successful in their career up to now, and they leave corporate America to go, own their own Crust Pizza Company, what would you say, based on your experience, is what are some of the keys to their success?
Some of the keys to their success is they have to believe and love the brand. That's first, right? Like they have to love Crust Pizza. And so if it's someone that has never tried Crust Pizza before, we fly them down and we want them to try it, because they have to first fall in love with who Crust is. Second, they have to have our values. That's very important. At the end of the day, they could be a great operator, but if they don't have our values and they're not in line with that, then it's not going to be a good relationship. And our values are, first is commitment to giving back to the community that we love, which is big to us. When we go into a new community, we embrace that community, and we do spirit nights for schools, for churches, for organizations. This past year, we actually did a really cool initiative with St. Jude Hospital. We raised over $100,000 this year. It gives me the chills thinking about it.
Nice. Wow.
And so we're truly committed to not only giving back to community, but now we're giving back global through the initiative with St. Jude. Second, they have to be respectful. They have to respect their staff and their customers. Third, they have to believe in team, to unify their team to be able to make sure the customers have a good experience. They have to have a service attitude where it's all about the customer, making sure that they're satisfied. And then they have to be thankful and grateful for this opportunity to grow with us.
I saw that you guys use kind of what's considered cutting edge technology. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. So my business partner, Nick Fontenot, we've been together for over 10 years in business, but we've been friends since we were 18. I'm 38 now, so over 20 years. And Nick has an amazing tech background. We've, with previous concepts, have created proprietary software to run a restaurant, run the franchise development side. And so pretty much a one-stop shop for all tech stack. And we weren't going to do that for Crust. We were actually planning on using third-party tech companies, but we're spoiled. We're so used to having a custom software to do exactly what we want it to do. And we're not used to standing in line waiting for new features to come out. So about 9 months ago, I went to Nick. We were having issues with our current POS company. And I said, look, man, I know we were going to just build custom technology around this point of sale since they have an open API, but it's just not working. And so we ended up deciding we're going to create our own, and we're launching it in 2 months at one location. And then by the end of 2025, we'll have all 30 and then plus the new ones. So over 40 locations onto the new point of sale, which is going to be not only a point of sale, but also an app, customer app, a franchisee app, gift card program, a loyalty program, and the list goes on. Inventory management, it's going to encompass many things. And we're going to do it in phases. But the franchisees are going to be so happy with it because it's going to give them better optics, so that way they can make better decisions on the daily basis in their business, which will then lead to higher profit margins and higher AUVs.
As you kind of oversee expansion, what are some of the keys for you in terms of kind of maintaining brand consistency and things like that?
Yeah, brand consistency is everything, right? If one location is ordering a different cheese or doing things a different way, then then that's not what a franchise is. And so one thing that we do is we have a quality assessment review that we do every 3 months, every quarter, to all locations. And it's not a audit like I got you kind of idea. It's more of, hey, look, I'm coming unannounced, but I'm going to then grab the manager or the owner operator, and we're going to walk together through this evaluation. And I'm going to coach you on things that you need to improve, because we need to make sure that every franchisee in every location is beating to the same drum.
Given the kind of commitment to freshness, commitment to freshness that you guys have, what goes into that for a franchisee in terms of supply chain?
Yeah, so supply chain, we have an order guide, and they have to order on that order guide. They cannot order at the Restaurant Depot down the street or a grocery store. Like, our order guide is our order guide, and that's it. And so that makes sure that our quality remains the same no matter what location you go to.
I have one more question for you, but first, how can people find out more about Crust Pizza Company?
Yeah, man. So you could go to crustfranchise.com. Also, I'm on LinkedIn, so love for you to connect with me there, and yeah, and see what we're doing. We have all our PR releases on crustfranchise.com, so you could keep up with where we're going and what we're doing. It's exciting. We're small but mighty.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Hey, why only the South or Louisiana and Texas right now?
To keep quality control and
Mhm.
to make sure that every store is feeling supported from day one. If we get outside to Florida or Carolina right now, like, it would be hard to support them
Mhm.
because it would be so far from us, versus now any location that we have, we can drive within the same day and be there and then drive back. And so that's the reason. But we are looking at some franchise prospects right now in the Carolinas, and so we are going to expand. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But we're being really strategic with it. As far as why not outside the Southeast, it's for that same reason. It's for supply chain support, and just it would be really challenging to make
Yeah.
sure that our brand is consistent across the board.
I was hoping you'd come to Colorado where I am. It sounds good.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, Colorado. Yeah, I love Colorado. I'm there probably 2 or 3 times a year to ski or to hike. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind one. Maybe in 10 to 15 years, but the next
Sure.
10 years we're pretty locked in on Southeast. The goal is to open up 250 stores in the next 9 years, and so this year we should open up closer to the 15 number mark. So the goal is to get to 25, which means that we'll need to open up development. So far, all of our growth has been organic. We haven't spent $1 on advertising our brand. But this year that's changed. We are starting to advertise in markets that we want to go into. And so that way we could get to that 25 store openings per year.
So when you open up a new location, do you just open it up and people come, or what do you do to get the word out?
Oh no, man, it's a full process. After we get the CEO, we have, of course, the training that takes 2 to 3 weeks. Our training team will go and meet with the franchisee and their manager, and we do a full on training with their complete staff. And then after that, we do a friends and family where we will test out the kitchen, and then we'll do a VIP day where we'll invite 400 to 500 guests for the day. They have a specific time they come in, and they get a free meal. So they get a free pizza or pasta or salad, and they get to experience it. And we really test the kitchen from a friends and family, which is more intimate, around 50 people, to 400 to 500 people in a day. And then from there, if the kitchen does really well, then we will open it up, do a soft opening, and then usually a week or two later, we'll do a grand opening event, which is a big deal. I mean, we have a blow up house, we have a DJ, we have Tavi is our mascot for Crust. Like, we have Tavern Cut Pizza, so his name's Tavi. He's a little pizza guy. And so kids love taking pictures with him. We have little Tabby plushies that we give to the kids. And the grand opening is a big deal. And then from there, We have ongoing PR that happens where we interview the franchisee, and usually we're in the newspapers and the TV station in that local area. And then, of course, ongoing marketing. Then it's all about boots on the ground, grassroots marketing. We usually spend around 3 to 5 hours per week on meeting every car dealership, hospital, school, church, etc. We want to meet everyone, and we want everyone to know who we are and that we are ready to not only serve the community but also give back. And so that's our strategy from opening to ongoing, to make sure that we're getting the traffic we need in our locations to be wildly successful.
In terms of location, what makes a good location for a place like this?
Okay, so first off, we look for neighborhood grocery anchored shopping centers. And so that's we want to be in a place where there's around 7,000 to 8,000 people population within a 1 mile radius. And so we love being in the shopping center with great co-tenants that's connected to the local grocer. So for example, Texas, it's HEB, or in Louisiana, it's Rouse's. We love to be by those guys. And the reason is because how often do you grocery shop, Chad, or your wife?
Maybe once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week, right? And so if you're shopping once a week to your grocer, then every time you go, you're passing by Crust Pizza. We want to be the local pizzeria in your neighborhood that you stop at. Most people will eat pizza at least twice a month. And so if we're convenient to you and we have a great product and great service, and we have that great awareness, since you're passing by that grocer every week, then we become that place that you frequent with your family. Now, we are a family and friend concept, so it's all about creating memories with your friends or family over a couple pies. Mm-hmm. And so that's important to us.
Very nice. So last question for you. When you go to Crust Pizza as a customer, what's kind of your go-to combo of items?
Yeah, so I usually start with the pepperoni rolls. Man, they are fantastic. And I dip it in our homemade ranch dressing. And then from there, I usually like our Wyatt's barbecue chicken pizza, which is delicious. And then usually I always finish with a cookie monster, which is a chocolate chip cookie in a skillet with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top with drizzled chocolate. That's my go-to when I'm ready to cheat. Man, I go full in that cheese bread, pepperoni roll, Wise barbecue chicken pizza, and then finish it with a good cookie monster.
Nice. Wow, sounds incredible. Hey, Carl, it's been great to talk to you. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, same here, Chad. Thanks, man.
So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Top Business Leaders Show, powered by Rise 25. Visit rise25.com to check out more episodes of the show and to learn more about how you can start your own podcast.